A scapegoat is someone punished for the error or errors of someone else. In the Mosaic Day of Atonement ritual, a goat is symbolically imbued with the sins of the people and sent out alive into the wilderness, while another was sacrificed in its place. Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Benita. She was a teenage girl in her senior year in secondary school. She was a good girl who faced her studies and passed her exams. Benita had just moved into a new class and was assigned a new dorm as soon as school resumed for a fresh session. She had a roommate whose name was Nkechi. They were both in the same class. However, while Benita was a science student, Nkechi was an art student. As the days passed, Benita noticed that Nkechi lived a different lifestyle. Nkechi would leave the dorm every night after lights out at the hostel, almost every day. She would return every morning with other students. They would be dressed skimpily and seductively. Whenever they both had a joint class or general class, she noticed that Nkechi barely passed her test. Any test they were given, she barely knew anything about anything being asked. Nkechi had lots of money at her disposal. She would spend money at the school cafeteria like the daughter of a politician or a billionaire. She would sometimes buy food for everyone. She wore designer everything and had multiple sets of their school uniform. Girls like her would swarm around her and they would go to everywhere together. Sometimes, she would bribe some school officials to get out of doing any task given to them as students. She would feign sickness and go to the sick bay and sleep. The officials would corroborate her story. Their school was a mixed school. Both boys and girls attended the school. However, Nkechi would always be seen in the company of boys if she isn't with those girls who behaved like her. Benita, on the other hand, would spend all her nights reading or studying. One day, Nkechi approached Benita and told her that one of her friends, a boy, was interested in her and wanted to be in a relationship with her. Benita was taken aback. She vehemently refused. The weeks that followed, Peter Jamiu, also called PJ, the boy Nkechi was talking about, began to send Benita expensive gifts. She would decline the gifts, but more kept coming. She decided to meet him. She met him and returned his gifts, but he refused to collect it. He told her it was a gift. She forgot that most gifts come with expectations. Nkechi began to tell her about how nice PJ was, how he would take care of her. She began telling Benita that he was very rich and almost all the girls in school wanted him. PJ was a well-known son of an oil magnate. His father was a rich man and it showed in his ostentatious lifestyle. She felt butterflies in her stomach. She couldn't believe that such a person would be interested in her, she began to feel special. Not long after, PJ told her to join them on one of their many adventures at night. They had a beach party to attend. Benita expressed her concern and fear to PJ, but he told her he would have her back before anyone wakes in school. He went further to tell her that Nkechi always goes with them on all of their adventures. Finally, Benita agreed. At night, Nkechi and Benita dressed up in seductive attires inappropriate for their age. They jumped over the school fence and met up with other ladies who were going to the same direction as they were. They entered a waiting vehicle that has been procured by PJ for them. They were taken to the beach where they began to party and have a good time. After some time, a fight broke out at the party and the police were called. The police arrived and everyone began to run. Benita didn't know where she was running to, but she kept running. She ran and ran and ran through the water till she lost her footing and the current swept her away. She couldn't swim. PJ returned to school and went back to his daily routine as if nothing happened. He went about his business because he didn't want anything to be traced to him. Nkechi, on the other hand, continued with her ostentatious lifestyle. She continued sneaking out of school to go to parties like before. 3 weeks after, Benita's mother was called to identify the body of her daughter. She had drowned and had been finally washed ashore. The lesson to be learned from this story is that no matter how interesting it is, do not emulate anyone's reckless lifestyle. No matter how enticing and safe it seems, evil communication will eventually corrupt good manners. Nobody's opinion should sway your value. Nobody's opinion should sway your value. First-time offenders most often get caught before those that have been into these illegal practices. Don't let anyone woo you into doing what is wrong. You will regret it. Thank you for watching.